What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with season 9, episode 5. Sistas, heavy is the crown. Um, anyway, before I start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. What? Y'all know my tagline. Click the notification so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Make sure you like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. Okay? Alright. Y'all, listen. I done dropped 400 and something videos. Y'all gotta know my tagline already. Y'all gotta know. Listen. By the time I get to something, I'm gonna try to come up with a whole new tagline. Like, I feel like I need something supreme. Okay? Because I'm not a regular. I am a supreme girl. Okay? So I gotta find something a whole lot supreme, okay? I'm sorry, Anyway, this episode, Jesus. I promise y'all, I am going to take something else right before I go to bed. I had to get myself together, get my thoughts together, because I have to get up for work in the morning. And again, y'all know, I get up at 5 a.m., all right? Well, my eyes are open at 5 a.m. I don't raise up till 5:30. I really have to work on that. And as soon as I'm finished with this video, I'm going to upload these and then I am going to bed. Okay? Yes. So, y'all, we back at the bank. The episode starts with Rich and Sabrina. They are still arguing at this point about something that's pointless. Rich, just do whatever you're going to do, and yeah, at this point it is over between Rich and Sabrina, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Sabrina. And I'm sorry, okay, so we're really gonna talk about Rich and Sabrina. About Sabrina and how she plans on showing up this new and improved Sabrina. Anyway, Penelope walks into Sabrina's office and tries to explain to Sabrina that what happened between her and Rich wasn't nothing. And it's like, Penelope, you should feel so crazy because you have reduced yourself to nothing. To walk into this lady's job to try to explain that what happened was nothing because he's already downplayed you. You didn't like it because you hit him. And now for you to come in and try to cape for him, even though he downplayed you, and then for you to turn around and downplay yourself. But I guess, girl, you a pick me. It is what it is. So Sabrina told both of them to leave, and they left eventually. I'm so glad that is over. We don't need another episode of that. So Andy is having a panic attack about the whole Gary situation. She kind of flashed back to, what happened, the things that were said. She's crying and she's not concentrating. So it looks as if she was having a panic attack. So she had to tell herself, pull yourself together. So as she's pulling herself together, she's shaking and it's just really disruptive. And she just immediately grabbed the file and started reading these files on Dr. Cruz. She received those files illegally. Okay, she really ain't supposed to have them. Now I want to say this, and I know I'm jumping ahead. I'm talking about ahead. So next week, look like she's gonna go to the partner and let one of the partners know what's going on with Dr. Cruz. For me, it wouldn't be too far-fetched if Tyler wrote in that the partner, Leland and Jones or whoever, I don't know if it's Leland or Jones. I think Jones died. One of them died. But it wouldn't be too far-fetched if one of them knew Dr. Cruz. So, I don't know. That's just my prediction. That's just my prediction. Anyway, Tony decided, of course, last week we found out Tony decided to quit his job. And Danny tells him, hey, you probably need to go get your job back. I just think what Tony is doing is impulsive. I think that he doesn't even want to do it, because even when they, never mind, we'll get there. Tony is now being escorted out of the airport because, of course, he doesn't work there anymore. And he wants to meet Danny for drinks after she gets off, right? So over at Karen's house, Aaron and Lisa said that Karen hasn't come out of the room to see the baby. She won't even look at the baby. Karen is dealing with postpartum depression, and Aaron says that he is struggling in his feelings himself, but he haven't found anybody to talk with. But Lisa thanks Aaron and tells him that his feelings are just as important. I hope that Aaron don't turn to the bottle, me myself, because y'all know he had issues with alcohol at some point. So I'm hoping that he doesn't, but I hope he finds an outlet. I need everybody to find an outlet. I need Danny to find an outlet. I need Danny, Zach, and Aaron to really find an outlet. And I'm not talking about anybody close in their friend circle proximity. I'm talking about a real life therapist. Like, yeah, they need it. It's trauma on trauma. Anyway, Andy receives a voicemail from Robin, and y'all remember when he was at the airport, he left her a voicemail just letting her know how he felt, and it was very nice and sincere. And I think she found closure in that. I'm going to say maybe we may not see Robin back just based on that voice message, and how they talked about Robin. How her and Fatima, how she talks about Robin, like, okay, he may or may not come back, so I guess they're gonna keep Robin in London for good. Hayden, Fatima is sitting in the conference room and she's just working. Hayden comes in and just bothers her, per usual. And I just want to know, why is he here? Because Hayden is a nuisance. Like, I really don't understand. What is his role? What do he do? Like, I don't know. So Fatima calls Zach to check on him. Zach is still crying and profusely, y'all. He just all over the place. And he picks up the phone, but he's holding back his tears. Fatima asked, did he eat? He was like, oh, I'm just sitting here eating these donuts. She was like, no. She ordered him some DoorDash, some food, DoorDash him some food. He was like, okay, thank you. So next scene, Aaron, I don't know if Aaron called Pam or Pam called Aaron, but somebody was checking. I think Pam asked about Karen, while and y'all know Pam is taking over the shop. Okay, Pam is over there taking over the shop, running things, okay, with her roots to riches. All right. So she's checking, asking to see how Karen was doing. Aaron is telling her how Karen is doing, and I think as Aaron was trying to explain like some things that he had going on, Pam she was interrupted by everything that was going on in the shop. So of course that conversation didn't last long either. Back at the law office, Andy and Fatima talk. She tells her about the voicemail she received from Robin, and she felt like everything is falling. She feels like everything is falling apart for her, right? Andy says how Robin made her feel safe, and Fatima tells Andy, just go ahead and feel the feels and be sure to take your power back, right? Andy asked her about her anxiety. Fatima was like, have you seen my life? I'm a walking anxiety bomb, okay? But she says, heavy is the crown for the black woman. And I get it. I just wanted to stop and say, we are strong. We black women I mean, and I'm gonna say this, y'all. This ain't no shade to white women or anything like that, because I only know about being a black woman. Okay, but even as a woman, we give and endure so much. We receive so much, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We receive that. But especially being a black woman, we get the hate, we get the hurt, we get the pain. We receive the good, the bad. We receive it all. We get the anxiety. We have the pressures of life. And the pressures of life, I want to say they talked about it. That sit here on your, they talked about in the body part where it sit, and it sits here, or it sits here, or it's something. Sorry, y'all. It's something in our bodies that's happening that lets us know, signs of stress. And I get the mantra, heavy is the crown for the black woman. But I also need us as black women to stop, feel the feels, and actually sometimes sit in it. And sometimes understand it's okay not to be okay. And to get away from people that do not invalidate your emotions, that don't invalidate your feelings, that don't invalidate you in any kind of way. Like, find a safe space. Find a good group of Judies, or even if you have male friends, like these healed versions of people. But because everybody knows, everybody has a gay bestie, and that's fine. And sometimes there are those out there that validate your feelings. But from woman to woman, hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. We definitely need to tap into that space, those women that we call our community. And maybe it's one person, maybe it's two, but I ain't gonna hold you. As heavy as life is for us, we do need somebody to walk with us and hold our hand as we go through it. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy, especially for us, but we have been taught to make it look easy. We have been taught to make our trauma and our pain and our experiences with people, we have been taught to wear it like a badge of honor. And I'm just, and just to present this strong front, So I'm sorry, y'all. I just encourage every woman, but especially the black ladies, to just sit in it and heal and find a group of people. And sorry, y'all, I don't know why I kind of rant on this, but I just really believe in us, in our healing, in a journey that we're on. Like, I'm telling y'all, it helps. I can think back. Y'all know I get real sensitive, okay? Oh, I'm not about to cry. You are. I really do think back on those times that I used to be strong. And I almost had a nervous breakdown. Because I was doing way too much. And I still didn't learn because I kept moving, kept going, It's actually in this year that I've experienced since my daughter, my baby, which she's 19, my baby graduated from high school. So I finally learned to really heal, really enjoy life. Y'all, I've been in therapy for like a year now. And I can honestly look back and say I am totally a different person from last year. I learned and I know how to navigate. And I keep my therapist around for other personal reasons too. But for me, I like having a therapist. There is so much to unpack, so much trauma, some things that happen. You just probably need to let your therapist know, But yeah, I advocate as far as like the therapy space, I advocate for you finding a good community of women, whether it's one, two, three of y'all, it don't matter. Those that can pray for you, those that can speak life into you, those that when you're around them, you feel good to be around these people. You feel safe. You know, yeah, I advocate for that. But also you have to give that same thing in return, y'all. We not in a spirit of taking and not giving back to our community. And it's okay to be soft. It's okay to create your soft life. It's okay to carry your masculine energy as well. I'm not telling you to drop that. It's okay. But don't lead in your trauma. I don't know who this was for, but you know, consider this a freebie because I love y'all, okay? Anyway, I guess my question is, I had a question. This is what I wrote down. Is Fatima still in law school? But we actually learned that she's still in law school. I don't know why I asked that. And I think because with the baby and everything that happened, we really still overshadowed Fatima being in law school. So Danny and Tony are at dinner, and she asked him, you know, what is his plan? He said that he have a plan, he have a savings, and he said, you know, well, my girl said I needed to quit. And I don't know, maybe I misread Tony, but it also feels like there's this little slight resentment for his decision in quitting. And he didn't say it in a condescending way. He just kept bringing up like little things, just little things. But he's also avoiding the conversation because now he's acting like everything is unicorns and rainbows at this point. So Danny tells Tony that she supports him. And I'm just looking at her like, do you really support him? Do you want to be with him? Like, I think there was a part of her that probably was hoping that he go to Alaska so she don't have to deal with him no more. But that's, again, I could be reaching. Okay? I really could be reaching. And so he wants Danny to join her in his calm. And Danny said in a still low voice, she was like, yeah, the calm before the storm. And I'm like, okay, maybe Tyler is foreshadowing, like there's a little bit of foreshadowing for whatever it's happening. Like the stuff that happened with Karen is one thing, but I don't know if everything will go to the shit show by the end of the season. So we shall see. Y'all know Tyler Perry do what Tyler Perry gonna do. So while Fatima get a call from the front desk letting her know that Marie Willis is sending Kendrick over. He's a ball player. He's a rookie ball player, and they want him to handle his contracts. And so he meets Fatima. So he was really smitten by Fatima. Okay, he thought that she was Andy. She was like, no, I'm her paralegal. So they go into the conference room and she go over the contracts with her. And Fatima is really great at contracts, right? She tells him that his contract isn't good and that basically the league own him. Anything he do. So even if he get in trouble at any time, the league can drop him and they can keep their bag. Like they don't have to pay him. So as Fatima is going over the contracts with him, you know, she was like, you really need to speak with your manager about the contracts and then come back to us and we'll take care of everything else. So at this point, he's telling Fatima, listen, you're pretty good at this. And just be surprised. Don't be surprised if I have different players contacting you for your help, right? And so He tells Fatima, listen, I know you want me to speak. I'm paraphrasing. I know you want me to speak with your man. I mean, speak with my manager, but I really want to sign with y'all law office, y'all law firm, and then I'll speak with my manager. So we make it back to the airport because Danny, I thought they were having dinner, but I guess they had lunch, and then Danny went back to the airport. So she calls Karen, checks on Karen, left a voicemail because we know Karen is out of it. She is out of service right now. And Danny has a cousin named Rock who kind of came in town, found out she had some money, asked her for some money. And I'm just like, child, he is a bum. But he just got out of prison. So I guess. Aaron goes into the room. Y'all, I'm sorry, my voice. Aaron goes in the room to talk with Karen, and she's completely shut down on everybody. He has the baby, holding the baby. Karen doesn't even want to look at the baby at this point. Karen tells Aaron, listen, I'm not meant to be a mom. That's why she couldn't keep Zach's baby. Aaron tells her, listen, if you wasn't meant to be a mom, then you wouldn't have never been able to have faith as well. Aaron assures her, like, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. So over at the law office, while Fatima is still working with Kendrick, Hayden Goofy's goofy ass decided to come in there and just be disruptive and disrespectful and rude as he always is. So he's trying to downplay Fatima. The way Kendrick was looking at him like, you look like a fan, you look goofy, you look like a writer, okay? Marie Willis decides she wants to show up with all of her attitude. Now, I was looking for Marie Willis about an episode ago, but the way she came in today, I thought Andy was going to handle this personally. And I just be like, bitch, if you don't get your fat ass... I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes Marie Willis in her attitude will get her popped the piss out of, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. Marie Willis, she aggravates my soul. Okay, that lady, sometimes I love Marie Willis, but sometimes she aggravates my soul, right? So, Fatima was like, listen, I got this. And so Marie Willis smiled. You know, she was like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all handle it. And so, what's his name? Hayden was trying to talk to Marie. Marie was basically like, boy, talk to the hand. Okay, just go. Just Hayden get on my nerves. Anyway, y'all know, I think I said it a moment ago, but her cousin back at the airport, Danny cousin just got out of jail. He wants some money. He needs some clothes. He needs a haircut. He needs some Jordans. Sir, where you going? Where you going? To the halfway house? So you need some Jordans to walk around. Well, you need some Jordans to walk around at the halfway house? Okay. So Leonard comes over, and Leonard just assumed that this was another man Danny was sleeping with. Leonard, get the, the airport already paid me, because it ain't nothing to put foot to ass, okay? It ain't nothing to put foot to ass, because at this point you're asking for it. Like, you're really asking for it. And so, what's her name? Danny and her cousin, was it Rock? They tag team Leonard to the point that he had to go run back to his seat, right? I thought it was cool. I wasn't tripping. Honestly, I just don't want to see Danny's cousin anymore. I don't want to see her bummy ass cousin anymore. Okay? And not until you establish something and you coming on real. I think I'm just tired of Tyler kind of bringing on different people that really have no substance, and then we no longer see them anymore. Just like Hayden. Hayden has no substance. Why is he on the show? Now, I know people may think Hayden is being the antagonist right now. It's good for him to be on the show, and I get that, because he's the antagonist. Because where the hell is Gary? All right, not that we looking for Gary, but where's Gary? Okay, Girl, y'all had Gary scared. Gary somewhere in the corner shaking like booty meat. Like, where the hell is Gary Borders? Anyway, over at Zach and Fatima, Zach is drinking and sinking. And I would like him to call his therapist. He's self-destructing, and him self-destructing isn't going to bring the baby back. It's not going to help. So we then see him playing the game, and we get a doorbell ring. I don't know why I thought it could have been Aaron, but then I realized he was with the baby. But it was Danny. Danny stopped by to check on him, and she brings weed. And Zach blames himself for Karen's situation. He felt like if I had not done this, this, and this, then we wouldn't be here. Danny tells him don't blame himself for what happened to Karen. Zach said that he's tired of all the loss. Danny reminds him that you have Fatima, and that is a win. And you also have the baby. That's a win too. And Danny also tell him, show up for the both of them, and then show up for yourself. Like, when I tell y'all, Danny gave some good advice. He was like, when did you become the person that gave sound advice, right? Danny also let him know that, yes, life be lifing, but you still have to deal with it. And he also needed a shower, right? So in the final scene, Karen comes out of the room for a drink of water. And Aaron was like, your mom went to the store. Hold on, y'all. Again. So Aaron lets Karen know, hey, Miss Lisa went to the store to go grab some, get some groceries for the house. But I have water in my car. So he was like, I'll be right back. He goes to the car to grab the water. And as he go out the door, baby Fate starts to cry. And so her mind, she's having these internal battles, right? Her mind. When I tell you, your mind, that y'all really have to get that Joyce Meyer's book, The Battlefield of the Mind. It's a great book. But your mind. In your mind. That's where all the thoughts start. So she started to have these inner conversations, these internal battles with herself, the negative thoughts that was actually attacking her, telling her she's not good enough, she's not going to be a great mother, the baby is better off without her, and there is nothing she can do to help her baby. So that still, all of that is allowing Karen to draw more of a disconnect from baby Faith. Again, I think that's a part of the depression and her just sinking mentally. And as the baby's crying, she was like, I can't help you. And she runs in her room and closes the door. And this is where the episode ended. Yeah, I hope that Karen really comes out of this. I really do. Also, you know what? Let me say this, because I got a comment last week on the Sisters episode last week, and shout out to the subscriber who sent that comment, and they reminded me of the way Karen how Fatima is just dealing with this, and Fatima is like the person that's, she took all the backlash from Karen, and I'm a little bit paraphrasing, y'all. She took all the backlash from Karen. Karen called her all type of bitch, and this and that, and yada yada yada. She still, even with Zach, she still went through all of the things with Zach, like basically. And if I'm wrong, if you are watching this and I am completely wrong, please let me know down in the comments. But how basically Fatima, we kind of dismiss Fatima, and that we miss Fatima and all the things that she has gone through with Karen, or gone through these things with Zach, and how she was disrespected in XYZ. So I really do, as Fatima grow into her pregnancy, I really want her to be able to deal with her things, but I really want to shine more of a light on Fatima, because Fatima is such a good person, and she takes care of everybody. And I hope, before, even when this come on, as we cross over into Zatima, how she's being taken care of, because she cares, and she takes care of everybody. She's like the mama bear, I guess. But that's all I wanted to say. And I think if I'm wrong, let me know. But shout out to you for leaving that comment down there, because I appreciate it. Anyway, this was the end of the episode. Before I go, I really just wanted to say how I do still feel bad for Karen, and I also feel bad for Aaron. And that's all I had to say. I feel bad for the both of them. Also, yes, this is the end of the episode. Next week, the preview for next week, it looked like it's really gonna be good. It's really like heavy. Like, this season has shown up a little bit of heavy. But I'm glad that these conversations are happening. Mental health, all of it. Losing, motherhood, dealing with things, the NBA screwing over the black, our black men, so I mean, NBA sports leagues. I'm sorry, let me say that, sports leagues that are screwing over, the black men that plays ball for them. Shout out to Shador Sanders. Okay, if y'all tell. But for Tyler Perry, I give kudos to Tyler Perry for hitting those really hard conversations. For us having these hard conversations, it's been more of a heavier season, and I think we kind of needed this, just like we needed Divorce Sisters. So kudos to Tyler Perry. All right. Again, thank y'all. If y'all have not, on y'all way out, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay? I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.